you're like me and you're actively working on how to monetize your skill set and build yourself a six-figure business, then I'm sure that this question has popped into your head. How much should I charge for my product? Now, this question, as straightforward as it can be, it is extremely difficult, but not to worry. I am actively working on it right now. So I'm going to be sharing how I am pricing my own product. I'm going to be sharing with you my mindset shift and a 3-step framework that can help you decide on pricing for your own product. All right. So come with me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adeyinka and I help working professionals monetize their skill set so that they can build themselves a six-figure business without having to quit their job. And in today's video, it's all about pricing. We're going to be figuring out how to price our product. All right, now, if you've been following me, you know that I'm actively building my own business skill set. I'm on my way to monetizing my skill set, and we are in week 5. We're almost there, and I'm actively working on my product. In my last video, I shared with you how I am focusing on building a digital product, and I shared all of that reason. So if you missed that, watch the last video. But in this video, it's all about pricing because over the last week, I've been trying to think through pricing, right? How much am I going to price this digital product? And because my target audience are small business owners, I have to put that into consideration. Also, the type of product that I'm building is also going to help me decide my pricing. And so I'm hoping that as I walk you through my own step, you're able to reflect on your own product, the type of product you're building, the type of audience that you're going to be serving, because all of this will be pointers and they will serve you and help you determine how much you should be charging. Now, let's be honest, pricing is very hard because when it comes to pricing, there's so many things that come into your head. You're like, okay, are people actually even going to buy? How much is this product actually worth? Do people even know me? Do they find it? Will they find it valuable? And whatnot. And if you dwell too much in this kind of thoughts, you're probably not going to move forward because at the starting stage of anything, we don't know for certain how things are going to work out. So it's much easier for us to doubt ourselves. But because this is my second time in monetizing my skill set, I've kind of been there before. So even though the feelings are coming back, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on these thoughts. Guess what? I am going to be focusing on what matters. And that's the value that I intend to offer my audience. And that's the same thing I want you to focus on. So rather than you wasting time trying to figure out whether people are going to buy your product, whether people know you, whether you can actually even deliver on that transformation, focus on the actual transformation, because by the time you focus your energy on the value you want to give to your clients, you gain clarity and more understanding. And with more understanding, it would help you understand the right pricing for it. Now, for me, I'm focusing on the value that I'm going to be offering my clients. And so there are 3 things that come to mind. Is my value going to save time? Is it going to save them money, or is it going to save them from stress, right? Now, once I understand the path that my product will be doing in the hands of my audience, it kind of makes it easier for me to know how much to price my product. Also, the second thing is my audience. My audience are small business owners, right? And so they're not large corporations. Money is a thing for them. So I know that I can't, build a product that will be too costly, because if it is, coupled with the fact I'm also, new to them, they don't know me, I'm not big in the industry yet. They might not be willing to spend so much on someone who they don't really know. And so having that at the back of my mind, I'm going to ensure that I'm going to start at the point that is easy for them to take a chance, right? Because I know that once you take a chance, I'm going to prove to you that it's going to be worth it. And that way it opens up a friendship and a working relationship for even better things in the future. And so these are the things that I'm thinking through as I'm thinking through my pricing, right? So already kind of like I figured out the value that I'm going to be offering. And now knowing my target audience very well and knowing me, also being a small business owner and what I'm willing to spend money on also kind of helps me decide and determine what my pricing should look like. Also, the third part that I had to put into consideration is the type of product that I'm offering. Now, I'm going to be offering a digital product, right? So I'm not going to be having any live coaching sessions attached to it. I'm not going to be having any one-on-one session. All of those kind of take time. And because I'm not going to be having that, it also gives me a better idea in terms of how I want to price it. Because my initial product, or one of the products I had when I monetized my agile knowledge, I used to sell my product for $1,200. And that was because there were coaching sessions attached to it. And so I had so much of my time involved in the process. And so I had to put all of that into consideration for my group coaching program. So each student was paying $1,200. But now looking at this audience, this is small business owners who I'm trying to help them build structured businesses so that they can get the freedom that they want. At the end of the day, I'm going to be costing them money because, right, they have to buy my product. But at the end of the day, I have to look at the point where, okay, it's easy for them to make a decision to buy this new life that gives them this new life and at what cost, right? So these are all the things I'm putting into consideration. And given the fact that it's going to be a digital product, it's self-service, you buy it, you do it for yourself, and you generate your own results, that is also helping me to kind of think through what the pricing is. Even though there's a lot of work and I'm going to be doing upfront, I feel like once I've done that work and it's ready and it's live, it starts to work for itself. And so given all of that, I'm going to be making my pricing rather affordable so that I'm able to quickly make a quick sale and then build relationships, build testimonials, and then also kind of move forward to the other products that I'm hoping to launch within the space and to my audience, right? So when you think about your own product, I want you to put these three things into consideration. What's the value you're going to be given, right? Are you going to help them save time, save money, or save stress, right? What audience are you serving? What's the pocket like for the audience that you're serving? Because some audience are rich audience that you can really charge well, and some audience are, here and there that you kind of have to think through it. And then also try to figure out what the product actually is and how much of your time that will be taking. All of this should help you come to a price that is reasonable. Now, another thing that I also do when it comes to even all of my businesses and as I price them through, I kind of also look at my life and what I want for my life, right? After I kind of put all of these things into consideration, and I'm like, okay, you know what? How much am I looking to make this year? What products can help me get there? How many of these products would I have to sell to help me get there? And so that also kind of gives me an idea in terms of like even the kind of products I want to build, right? So if I'm trying to, let's say, make $100,000, for example, maybe quickly, right? Sometimes you might be looking to make $100,000 quickly. Sometimes you might be looking to make it like over the next year. But let's assume that I'm trying to make $100,000 rather quickly. I'm not going to be building very cheap products because I don't have a lot of audience that, currently listen to me, and having to build cheap products is only going to take me a long time to get there. Now, if I am trying to get $100,000 maybe over the next year, then I could build something that is rather affordable because I have a long timeline in terms of how I want to get there. So those are also ways that you can use to kind of look at your product, right? And it also depends, once again, on who you're trying to serve. Because even though they might not have the money, but what you're trying to give to them is urgent and it will make them money, then that could also impact the pricing that you get. And so trying to put this into perspective for you. Now, looking at my last skill set that I monetized, I used to sell my coaching program $1,200. And it was a group coaching program, right? And he had about 8 sessions attached to it. Now, even though the target audience, many of them were working professionals, many of them were either changing their careers or just trying to look into advance, or were new set of people coming into their career. Because my product was going to help them make 6 figures, it made sense for me to charge them that much because, hey, I am going to be giving you this, right? So when you look at your product and you look at the end result, that should also kind of guide you in terms of how you want to charge for that product. So I'm hoping that all of these ideas that I'm sharing with you is kind of helping you think through your own product, most especially if maybe you're offering like a coaching session, is helping you decide, okay, how should I really price this stuff? Or if you're offering a digital product like myself, you need to be able to decide how you want to price this stuff. So now for me, like I said, I'm starting real simple. I'm starting real easy. I'm going to be launching a digital product. It's going to be relatively affordable, somewhere around $50, thereabout. I'm not certain on the price yet, but I think it's going to be around that price range. It's going to be a digital product. It's going to be a self-service. I'm keeping it rather affordable because I want it to be something that People can easily pick. People don't have to rack their brains around, do I really need this product? Don't I need this product? Just because I'm not popular, right? Nobody knows me. So nobody knows you, it's much harder for you to be able to kind of sell. So I'm hoping to be able to reach the people who see value in what I'm offering and who are then able to transform their life with their product. So I'm going to be starting relatively cheap with my own digital product. And also because I know that there's always room for you to increase your product, right? I have 3 businesses, where I know how often I've changed pricing, just depending on how things have gone. One of my businesses like that I started 2 years ago. The first year, when we launched really affordable. And then because we're so affordable, and this was actually a service-based business, and because we're so affordable, our slots quickly filled up. And guess what? The next month, we had to increase our price because if we did not, we would not be able to serve people. And because we're also testing out in the market, we didn't know how the market was going to receive us, but it received us so well. So, hey, we increased our product. So I'm bringing that same mindset to this business because I know that I can always increase my price, even on the same product, or I could always go build up another product and give it a new price tag. So I'm hoping that this video has helped you, to be able to move forward, because usually pricing is always a big deal. I feel like pricing has become somewhat easy for me because this is my second rodeo. So it's not the first time. Because when I look back at the first time, it was so difficult for me to actually even get to my price point. I was so worried. I had so much fear in me. I was like, am I doing the right thing? By the end of the day, it was successful. I have so many students who went ahead to get jobs and, are probably living their best lives right now. And so I'm super excited that I was able to transform their life in that way. And so I look forward to also transforming my small business owners so that they can build structured, scalable businesses that can live without them so that they can enjoy true freedom. And so I'm hoping that you have the courage that you need to actually put a price to your product and start, doing the finishing touches so that we can launch our product on week 8 and start selling massively to our audience and landing ourselves our first client. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share with your friends that are looking for a side hustle or something else they could do while they are employed. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.